Hi, Pastor Gordon Douglas. Weren't expecting to see me, were you? See me pregnant or see me at the dish? Either one would be really confusing. Well, just to relieve you, I'm not expecting, but I do want to talk about expectations today. When I was in seminary, they told us that the two reasons people struggled in their marriages was one, lack of preparation, two, unrealistic and unmet expectations. When I do marriage counseling, I sit a couple down, and before we get into talking about the marriage and the reception and the vows and all the stuff, people want to prepare for a day. They want a great marriage ceremony, but they don't prepare for marriage after the ceremony. So the first thing I have them do is to sit down and start at 6 o'clock in the morning and tell me, what is a typical day going to be like for you after the honeymoon? And it is amazing to see how differently people expect what time to get up, who's going to cook breakfast, who's going to do the dishes, who takes out the garbage. These are expectations that have to do with everyday life. Are we going to have kids? How many kids? How soon? Are we going to have sex? Once a day, once a week, once a month, once a year? You'd be surprised to see the different expectations there. Where are we going on vacation? Where I always went or where she always went? How much are we going to spend on vacation? Where are we going to go on the holidays? Her family or mine? Can we split it up? Can we make everybody happy? Are we going to have pets? Will those pets sleep in my bed like they always did, or I have to make room for somebody else? 78 expectations that can be vastly different and be a major source of conflict when a marriage begins. Because we have these expectations of how we grew up, what our life was like, and we've got people from two different worlds coming together. And those unmet expectations can be frustrating. They can be discouraging. They can lead to depression if I never get what I want. So we've got to learn to really work through those expectations. See where we differ. What can change? What won't I change? What do I need to give up? It's a big step in making a good marriage great, and that's my goal for you. But you know what? That same word, even if you're not worried about marriage, the same principle of expectations has to do with God. What does He expect of us? What do we expect Him to do for us? People get mad if they don't get the answers to their prayers right away. They don't get what they want. It's a real problem that we need to work ourselves through and see, what can we always expect from God? We know He's always there. We know He always cares. We know He has a plan. So we've got to evaluate our expectations versus God's promises. If what we want doesn't compare to what God's promised, there's going to be a clash. And I'll tell you what, somebody's going to lose, and it won't be God. Now, you probably didn't expect to see me at the dishes. But we've learned quickly with my wife working and things changing and things going on in the world. Did anyone expect this virus to happen? We've had to change to make things work. And I want to encourage you to evaluate your expectations of yourself, of your spouse, and of God. And see if you can work through some things to relieve some of that tension in your life. It's not easy, but it's a critical step in going from discouragement to delight. I want you to enjoy your life. I want you to enjoy a relationship with God. And certainly, we want your marriage to be a reflection of God's love and grace. And that's what I expect you to do after you see this video. That's today's word from the Word. More tomorrow. God bless.